Today lecture is on enzyme factor affecting an enzyme activity and its inhibitions. My name is Dr. Bilal Ahir. The objective of today's lecture is what is an enzyme active site, structure of an enzyme, rate of catalyst, factor affecting the enzyme activity, mainly the temperature and pH, and how the regulation of enzyme activity occur through the inhibition, allosteric effect, and the feedback inhibition. What is an enzyme? Enzyme is a biological catalyst, speed up reaction in the body. What is catalyst? A substance which increases in the rate of chemical reaction due to its participation. The effect of catalyst may vary due to the presence of other substances known as inhibitors or poison. This is the classification of structure of an enzyme. The structure of enzymes classify a complex enzymes and the simple enzymes. Simple enzyme contain only the protein part, but enzymes contain the protein part as well as non-protein part. It's called as the hollow enzymes. The non-protein part is also called as a cofactor. Cofactor can be the organic or the inorganic. The protein part is called as the apoenzyme. This is the diagram of apoenzyme, the protein part, cofactor, non-protein part. And when they combine to each other, it forms the hollow enzyme, which is called as active enzyme. Substrate is always equal to the reactant catalyzed by an enzyme. Substrate bind to the enzyme on the active side, and this active side is shape specific catalyzed on specific substrate. Enzyme form enzyme-substrate complex. Enzyme-substrate complex then form the enzyme and product. Look at this diagram. Enzyme does not change in catalyst. Enzyme is ready to catalyze another substrate after reaction is complete, after product release. Factor affecting enzyme activity. The main two factors, the temperature and pH. The other, substrate concentration, enzyme concentration, or activators or inhibitors. Substrate concentration and enzyme concentration we can understand with the rate of catalysis. Two major factors, the temperature and the pH. Temperature increases will increase the molecule more faster, but higher temperature will break the hydrogen bonding and enzyme will not function properly. Similarly, pH change in hydrogen ion concentration will disturb the hydrogen bonding and cross-linking. The optimal temperature of body is 37 degrees centigrade. Greater number of molecule collision occur in the optimum temperature. The enzyme mainly work at the temperature of 35 to 40 degrees centigrade. As the increased heat, the increased energy level of molecule will disturb the bonding in the enzymes and between the enzyme and substrate. Enzymes are mainly are protein in nature, so protein can denature with these agents pH, temperature, ionic strength and solubility, and can this denatured protein or enzyme can regain their structure by renaturation. pH enzyme also have the optimal pH similarly as the optimal temperature. They will vary according to the location in which they are formed. Look at the pepsin pH. The optimal pH of the pepsin is 1.422, whereas the trypsin is 7.7 or 8. So pepsin is mainly work in the stomach pH, whereas the trypsin is mainly work in alkaline pH or in the intestines. Factor affecting the enzyme activity. We have discussed up till now the temperature and pH. Now we will discuss about the rate of catalysis, the substrate concentration and enzyme concentration. The rate of catalysis. Rate of catalysis is equal to rate of enzyme. How quickly do enzyme catalyze? Rate is affected by several environmental factors. Look at the enzymes. These enzymes, when combined with the substrate, it forms the product, and this one reaction occur in 1 second. If we increase the substrate product, then two reaction is also occur in the 1 second. If we increase up till the 10 substrate, the 10 enzyme will occupy the substrate and form the 10 product. The 10 reaction occur in 1 second. If we increase more substrate, then the saturation will occur, and then this 20 reaction occur in 2 seconds. Rate of catalysis. As you increase substrate concentration, the rate will increase until the enzyme are saturated, and then rate will level off. Saturation more likely if increase substrate. When you increase the enzymes level, so this 20 reaction occur in 1 second with 20 enzymes. Point of saturation. If the concentration of substrate increases too much, it will exceed the maximum rate at which enzyme can work. All active sites are occupied by the substrate. The point at which all the enzymes are saturated is called as point of saturation. Before coming to the last factors, inhibitions, we have to understand the Mitchell's mental equations. It is an equation which describes how reaction velocity vary with the substrate concentration. Initial velocity of the reaction is directly proportional to Vmax, whereas inversely proportional to the Km. Mitchell's constant has two significance. The Km. What is Km? Km is the concentration of substance at which half the active site of enzymes are filled. Thus, Km provides measures of the substrate concentration required for the reaction to occur. Higher the Km indicate weak binding with its substrate, lower the Km indicates strong binding or binding to a substrate. The good enzyme kinetic example of Km, look at the Km of the hexokinase is low. There are strong binding or high affinity of enzymes to substrate, whereas the glucokinase have a higher Km, it have a low affinity of enzyme for substrate. Glucokinase is mainly present in the liver, whereas hexokinase is mainly present in most of the tissues. Factor affecting the enzyme activity, and the final is inhibition. What is inhibitions? What is allosterically affects enzymes, and what is feedback inhibitions? Inhibitions. Enzyme inhibition is classified as a reversible or irreversible inhibition. The irreversible inhibitions are two types: active site direction and suicidal inhibition. First, we will discuss about the irreversible inhibition. Irreversible inhibitors are those that bind covalently with or destroy a functional group of an enzyme that is essential for an enzyme activity. Or irreversible inhibition are those that forms a particular stable non-covalent association. These are the examples of active site inhibitions, which is one of the form of irreversible inhibition. The two good examples are allopurinol and aspirin. Allopurinol is mainly used in gout, and the targeted enzyme is xanthine oxidase. It irreversibly inhibits the active site. Whereas aspirin is also an irreversible inhibitor, which is used as a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug for pain or some inflammatory conditions, whereas the targeted enzyme is cyclooxygenase. Another example of irreversible inhibition is suicidal inhibition. The good examples are the cyanide poisoning, which inhibit the respiratory chain or electron transport chain by inhibiting the cytochrome oxidase. Melatonin and nerve gases are one of the other examples of suicidal inhibition or irreversible inhibition. Now come to the other example of inhibitions, the reversible inhibitor. There are three types of reversible inhibitors: competitive, non-competitive, and uncompetitive. What is reversible inhibitors? Reversible inhibitors, after combining with the enzyme or enzyme inhibitor complex, can rapidly dissociate enzyme inhibitor complex is held together by weak non-covalent interactions. As I told you, three basic types of reversible inhibitor: competitive, non-competitive, and uncompetitive. Competitive inhibition. Competitive inhibitors is a reversible inhibitors, often has a structure feature similar to those of the substrate whose reaction they inhibit. This means that competitive inhibitors and enzyme substrate are in direct com competition for the same binding site on the enzyme as shown in the figure. The competitive inhibitor compete with the substrate site. The good example of competitive inhibitor are statin, which are used as an anti-hyperlipidemic agent to decrease the cholesterol level in humans. The target enzymes is HMG-CoA reductase. To compete with the inhibitor statin compete with the HMG-CoA reductase. Similarly, the captopril or enalapril is ACE inhibitors, angiotensin converting enzyme. This target enzyme, the capotin or enalapril, compete with this targeted enzyme, angiotensin converting enzyme, to lower the blood pressure. Now the second reversible inhibitors are non-competitive inhibitors. Non-competitive inhibitors are those in which the inhibitor attached to the allosteric site, not directly to the substrate or the side of the substrate side of the enzyme, but it attached with the opposite side or the allosteric side of the enzyme. Look at this. The normal enzymes how work in the black arrow, whereas the red is the competitive and blue is the non-competitive inhibitors. And you can see in the competitive inhibitors the Vmax are same but different Kms for competitive and normal enzymes. Whereas in non-competitive inhibitors you can appreciate the Vmax is different for normal enzymes and the non-competitive inhibitors but same Km. The good examples of non-competitive inhibitors are heavy metals. They are the good example of non-competitive inhibitors. Uncompetitive inhibitors. Uncompetitive inhibitors are those that does not have any affinity for free enzyme. These inhibitors bind to enzyme-substrate complex but not to the free enzyme. In such cases, both Vmax and Kms are decreases in uncompetitive inhibitor, which is one of the reversible type of inhibition. This is the diagram which shows the inhibitor combined with the substrate and enzyme, not in the free side of the enzymes or allosteric side. This type of inhibition, when the uncompetitive inhibitor bind at a site other than the active site and bind only to the enzyme substrate complex. The good example of uncompetitive inhibitor is methanol poisoning or ethylene glycol poisoning. What is allosteric enzymes? Allosteric enzymes are those having other shape or conformation induced by binding of modulator. There are two receptor sites. One fit the substrate like other enzymes, the other fit as an inhibitor or activator molecules. The good example of allosteric enzymes, the allosterically they are some, as I told you, some are sites inhibitors or some are the activator and one side is for the substrate. So glycolysis is the pathway where rate limiting steps is the phosphofructokinase is mainly regulated or increase their glycolysis by AMP activation, whereas inhibited by ATP or more energy is available in the cells, the glycolysis will inhibited by ATPs. Similarly, TCA cycle is mainly regulated by the enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase. But there is a ATP is an inhibitor of isocitrate dehydrogenase, whereas ADP is the activator. So these are the good example of allosteric enzyme. Feedback inhibition. System of enzyme regulation where product of reaction can signal molecule. In this feedback inhibitions, the enzyme substrate produce one product and this product is actually inhibit the enzyme as well. This types of enzyme inhibition is called feedback inhibition. Feedback inhibition can be the competitive inhibitions and can be the non-competitive inhibitions. This is the example on the right side shows the competitive inhibition which interfere the active side of enzyme so substrate cannot bind. This is the non-competitive inhibition example on the right side. You can see non-competitive inhibitor change the shape of an enzyme so it cannot bind to the substrate. This type of feedback inhibition is called as a non-competitive feedback inhibition. The good example of non-competitive feedback inhibitions are the heme product. Heme product is itself inhibit the ALA synthesis to stop the heme synthesis. Similarly, in cholesterol synthesis, the cholesterol itself inhibit the HMG-CoA reductase or feedback inhibition to inhibit the cholesterol synthesis. This is the summary of today's lecture. The competitive, non-competitive, irreversible inhibitions like allosteric and suicidal inhibitions and feedback inhibitions. Thank you very much.